Here.
Oh gosh, I didn't get this man.
Hmm.
Fees for that carpet. You move my damn carpet one more time after I fix it in place.
Here you
I'm
go.
gonna slap the dog out of your face. Alright, you may come and see the room.
Wait a minute.
How much longer you gonna be here?
I'm doing a live broadcast here.
How long is that gonna take?
Probably about 15 minutes.
Okay, well then I'll go ahead and put my last little trim on there.
So let's see.
Gotta set up my entertainment.
All right, everybody. I am going to show you here how we do a little form here.
Wow, that was pretty damn hard.
Yeah, so all the wind you're probably hearing in the background is the fact that the door was just open. So, all right, so let's go ahead and start showing you guys what's going on here. So, if you go to Google Drive, which everybody has a drive, you can go to New and go to More. As you see here, Google Forms. Alright, so we got a form right here. And it's kind of good to go ahead and have everything organized ahead of time. So I have a form that I need to make. We have an event coming up, and I want to get some answers from some of the artists that are coming to perform at the event. So I'm going to make a form, go ahead and catch all those answers, and make it real nice and easy. So let's go ahead here and let's name the form. Let's see, artist. Let's see, info. That'll be good enough. Now, as you can see here, you have the title of the form. You could actually make that the name of the form if you want to. If you click up here where the name of it is. But let's say that you know, you have a different naming scheme for your files or something like that. So you might just want to say that this is you know, you might have different artist info forms. So let's say you might want to just name this artist info 1. All right, because you might have a 2, a 3, or something like that. All right. So form description. You can describe what this form is for, which let's say this form is for, let's see, getting info for artists performing at upcoming event. There we go. Oh, would help to spell it right. All right. So that's the title. All right. So now what about questions? So you got question 1 here, and if we go back to the little form that we made, that would be, first question would be artist name. And we could just nicely, Hey, little girl. Okay.
Can they see you?
Artist name. And we want to make that a text field. Okay, but you know, what if they have a long name? But you know what? We're gonna go ahead and go with a short answer for right now. All right, because we know who they are, but this is just kind of to get everything together for them whenever they come. All right, so we're gonna make that required right down here. So you see, we were able to change what type of information is gonna go in this field, okay, or this question. So we made a short answer. Paragraph would make it, longer. They could put in a, much longer response. Let's say you want to duplicate this for your next question, you want to be lazy about it. Maybe it's going to be another short answer or something like that. You can go ahead and just duplicate it. If you don't want this, you could delete it. So let's see, what is our next question? Next question is number of members. Okay, how many members do you have in your group? Because you're giving me the name, but not necessarily saying if there's more people in the group. So you see, I just duplicated that last question I did right there, and let's just go ahead and just change that. Put number of members. And do I want this to be a short answer? Or let's see if we can pick something else that's better. Short answer is fine, because then I'll allow them to put in their a digit or a number. So, I have 24 members or I have 5 members. So, and it's required still. All right. We could use hint text, or we could do like data validation or something like that on it. But I'm not going to do that. So if we want to add another section on here, I duplicate the last one, but you see this right here, this little bar, menu bar, allow you to do some other features, and it actually goes by the area that you're on. So if I move back up to this one, you see it moves up here. So we go back down here. But I want to add another question, right? Because on my sheet here, my next question is planned arrival time. Okay, so planned arrival time we will put here. And for this one, it's a time. And that is a option here that you can put a time. Okay, so that is also required. And so we're going to go ahead and add another question. And this question for this one is going to be, do they need a hotel reservation? So, they're coming, they're out of state, so, they might not be driving out and driving right back like I normally end up doing, but we're not talking about me right now. We're talking about these artists that are coming. So, do you need a hotel reservation? Now, here I want to do multiple choice because I want to say yes. Either yes, I do need a hotel reservation, or no, I don't need a hotel reservation. All right. Now, here is the cool thing about how this works is that we can actually make this go to another section. See, go to section based on answer. Okay. So let's kind of back up here for a second. Section is like another page. You can add another page in if you want to. And forgive me here for a second because I'm still kind of learning their new interface. What is this? Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. There should be a add a page. I think I might not be doing something right here. Hold on, guys. We're going to figure this out. Let's add a question. Image. Add a section. Here we go. Okay. So I'm looking all around and it's right here on the sidebar right here. Let's add a section. It's not a page, it's a section is what they call it, okay? So we're going to add a section. As you can see, it pops in section down here, section 2, which this section would be hotel reservations. Okay. All right. So, right, they need a hotel reservation, right? So now they're going to come to this section. And when they get to this section, we have a question and we need them to answer because they hit yes. And what is that? How many rooms do you need? Okay, let's copy that. And let's put the question here. How many rooms do you need? All right. And let's make this just a short answer so they can just put in what they need. Okay. Hold on 1 minute. All right, I had to kind of, excuse me, fix something real quick here. All right, so got short answer here, and we got another question, if I believe I'm correct. Yes, how many to a room? All right. Now, for the sake of this video, let's do, since we already know that you can't put but so many people in a room, let's do a drop down. Drop down of 1, 2, 3, and let's say 4. Okay. As you can see, it pops another one down there, but if you don't put anything in it, it's okay. So you're fine. All right. So that's all the questions for that section, right? So we're going to go back up here to this section. Okay. And that was on that. So let's finish on with our form here now, which is that the next question would have been, do you need a sound check? Again, so depending on what question that you have, there's different options that you can use. So, I mean, you're just kind of, going along with what I'm doing here for this form, but this is kind of showing you right here. It's just this easy. What is the question? And that's why I have my sheet to kind of break down what all the questions are, so you're not kind of guessing at this while you're doing it. Go ahead and put your questions down and figure out everything up front, and then kind of have like a mini flow chart is kind of what this is in a sense, And next question, how many mics? And again, because this, you could have a choir or something, you never really know. So I'm going to say short answer on this so that they can put in how many mics they're requesting. That just because you're requesting doesn't mean that that's what you're going to get. But again, we want to kind of know what is it that you're asking for, and see maybe we might be able to accommodate. You never know. We'll see. So, are you, yeah, this is a good one. Are you using a band or a track? Okay. All right, so this is kind of multiple choice again. Um, option one this time would be live band. Next option, instead of yes or no, would be performance track. All right. And the good thing about this too, though, is that if you give the link out to this and you happen to add something else into it, at a later time, like, oh, I forgot, there might be a different option or something like that that I can add in. You can always correct the form, and the people will still, they'll see the corrections on there, um, when they click on the link. So now this is something that I'm being very honest here. I have not worked with this, and I don't know if this is going to work or not. I want them to be able to attach music if they, have a track that they're using. So, let's see. So we got this here. Okay, section 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's get this. Performance track submission. For the purpose of this video, and I'm going to research this, so y'all just bear with me. I'm going to research this. I want them to be able to do this directly on this form right here, but I don't know how to really get that to do that. And I want to just use that new interface that Google Forms has been using now. So I'm using that new version. So I'm gonna figure out how to do it through that new version instead of trying to convert back to the old version. So what I'm gonna do just for right now, and it looks like I don't know how to spell. Performance. There we go. All right. So let's do this. We'll just tell them to submit your performance track, email it to submission.jsup live. Actually, let's take it back. I'm sorry because I'm using my company, Diamond Faith Ministries.org. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little tired, so bear with me here. All right. So submissions at diamondfaithministries.org. Okay. All right. So that's that on that section. Okay. Let's go back to the original form. Okay. And what's the next question? Do you have products to sell? Let's see. Hold up. Okay. I'm a little funky here with the keyboard. All right. Add a new section. And there we go. Yes. No. All right, multiple choice, very simple. All right, so what's the next question? Do you need social media advertised? All right, that is the next question. And here we go right there. And again, very simple. Yes or no. All right. Now, if they say yes, we want it to go to a different section. And this section is for social media. Social media. I'll just keep it simple like that. All right, so let's ask a question. First one was Facebook name. Okay. And we'll make this a short answer. All right. And we had another one, which was Twitter name. And again, we'll make this a short answer. And we had another question on there, which was Instagram name. And of course, hopefully you are seeing a trend here, which is that if you happen to see something that you might think is a social media site that is definitely relevant to have, then add it on there. I guess you could say I'm a little old school, um, so those are pretty much all the ones that I know. Uh, but I know that there are other ones, so if you want to put them in, put them in. Um, let's see. Do you have someone to advertise your social media? Okay, so that is our last question, and that is going back up on our original form. Okay. Now, I want to show you something. We've done short answer. Paragraph is the same thing, basically, short answer, but it allows you to put in more text. Okay. So, it's based off of the number of characters that you type in. So, of course, the paragraph, they can put in whatever they need to, however long it might be. Okay. So, short answer paragraph. We've done multiple choice, as you can see, with the, yes, no, or, if you have two choices of, hot, cold, something like that. I don't know. But you always can do it like that in multiple choice. Or you can use check boxes, then that way that they can check more than one thing. Um, so let's say, just for the sake of it, let's see, let's do check boxes here. We could do option one. Yes for social media. Let's see. Yes for publications. Say only for radio. And all of the above. And I know that that might not really make sense, okay, in that particular order, but the whole point is that I'm trying to show you is that. So they could actually, well, should I say you would be able to now. So make this check boxes, okay, and go up here and click on the eye icon, okay, and preview the form. All right, so here we go, artist info. Getting info for artists performing at upcoming event. Get the artist name, number of members, plan time of arrival. Do you need hotel reservation? Do you need a sound check? How many mics? How you using a band? Live band performance tracks. Do you have product to sell? Do you need social media advertised? Okay. Uh, and here we go, our checkbox right here. All right. So there we go on that. All right. Let's look at next. We need to put some info in here. Okay. So before we put some info in there, I just want you to see the checkbox area. So I could say, all of the above, or I could say only for radio and yes for social media. So you see what I'm saying? So that's the checkbox right there. All right. So now you're seeing checkbox, and let's go back here to the form. And so that's not what I wanted to use for that, but we just did that for that purpose. Let's do a drop down. Okay, drop down. It retained all of those selections right there. So let's go ahead now that we have a drop down. And now let's click on preview again, but since I already had the preview still up, we can just actually go here and refresh, reload the page. All right. And so to see the same area down here, see, now choose and click on that, all the options are here. So now, of course, difference from this and checkbox is that, of course, you can only make one choice here. So with checkbox, you can make multiple. With multiple choice, you can only make one choice also. So, between multiple choice and drop down, it's just pretty much, how do you want to display your options for somebody to make a choice. So let's go with only for radio. All right. So that's how drop down works. Of course, drop down is not what I wanted. Also, you have multiple choice grid here. This is like, okay, so let's see, how can we do this? Do you have somebody? Let's see. Okay, so let's say you have agent 1 and you have agent 2. You have column 1 is Facebook. Column 2 is Twitter. Column 3 is Instagram, of course, because like I said already, these are the only ones that I know, right? Well, I know that there's more. Okay, so I'll take that back. But these are the only ones that I have on my form here. So let's go back here now and let's look at how the multiple choice grid looks. All right. So do you have someone to advertise your social media? So Agent 1, yes, they advertise for Facebook. And Agent 2 advertise for Twitter because I have 2 people on my team. Okay, so of course, maybe if you have somebody where there's I noticed I have 2 C's there. I made a new name. But let's say that you have some way of combining the choices together, something like that. So that's the whole thing, is that you're making a grid. So, you could, have Facebook and Twitter, or you could have all social media, something like that. And again, this is my question here. So, you might have something where it's like a survey or something like that. And, you're asking a question, and this is like, one for, I really like, and you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 10, which is I really don't like, you know. You could have all of those options there and give your questions going down, and then that way somebody can pick, you know, well, you know, I really like this, or, you know, I really don't like this, or I kind of, you know how surveys work. So that's what the multiple choice grid does, okay? All right, so I kind of shied away from this one because I'm a little nervous because I don't know what it does, but let's see. Ah, okay, okay. Okay, so this would be more of a question like, you know, how important is social media to you? You know, one being, like I said, the best, and five being, uh, you know, oh, should I say one being important and five being really not that important. And so let's say label one being important and label five being not important. Okay. And see, like, remember in the multiple choice grid, you have multiple questions going down, but this is just one question where, you know, you got that scale of, you know, either, you know, good or bad, or, you know, uh, best or worst, or, you know, something like that. So, so let's look. Okay, so there we go. Yep. So let's reword this. Okay, just for the purposes of this, is that how important is social media to you? It's very important. But you know, for some people that, you know, I do good with word of mouth. You know, not on social media. And, you know, I don't know. I don't really. I'm not too used to it. So, you know, but you know, you got those people like that, and you know, I don't need social media. I tell everybody, you know, I can do all my own myself. So, you know, whatever. All right, just to give you an idea, right? So you label it. So everybody remembers those type of surveys where, you know, you have the one, you know, for a job or something like that, is that, you know, I agree, should I say I strongly agree, I strongly disagree, you know, and then we have all of these middle ones in here to kind of give a range. All right. So now that you've seen all of that, let me actually go put in here what I really wanted it to be. Do you have someone to advertise? And of course, I really don't need a whole lot. I just wanted two choices, which is either yes or no. All right. And I'm making it required. All right. So all of these questions on my main form are required because either you do or you don't, right? I want you to answer all of these. You got to answer. All right. And kind of taking it back way so that way you kind of, you know, get familiar with looking at everything. It's the same thing. Each module, okay? Um, y'all might not understand, but a module, you see these blocks, right? Each time I'm clicking on something, each question is like a block, okay? It's like a module here. So it's the same block for each thing, right? You know, you're just changing the block, you know, what's in the block in a sense. You know, it's the same setup. What's the name? You know, and what do you want to do with this? You know, you want to make it a multiple choice question, you want to do something, you know, what do you want to do with it? And then configure that. Do you want to require it? You know, and if you don't like it, delete it. If you do like it and you have something similar that you're about to do again, duplicate it. Okay. And you can like take this, you see how you have this four-way arrows right here. You can click that and you can move that down and change the order of it. Okay. I don't want that like that, so I'm going to put it back. Okay, so let's pop it back in there. Oh, wait a minute now. Okay, stop. Okay, there we go. All right. All right. So, what do I have? Okay, so yeah, right. So, required. We're making everything required, making sure. Yep, that's required. That's required. Okay, artist name. I know was required. Yes. All right. So, and just for the sake of this video, let's go here. Let's do it right here. Since performance track, submission really just information. Let's show how we've done the add question. Okay, add title and description. Okay, that's basically this right here. What we've already been doing right here, and we can add an image. So you can add an image. Go to Google Drive. You can upload something if you want to. Go to Okay, let's see. Hold on 1 second. We'll go to let's just I'm taking a random picture, y'all. I'm going to change this up anyway, but this is just for the purpose of this. Okay, so this is a group that I sing with. So so let's say this is for an event. This actually is for an event. So I could put, which I'm glad that we're doing this now, because I very well could put in the event right here, which is just for the sake of this. Like I said, April 16th. That is actually the event, guys, in Orangeburg, South Carolina. Okay. So that would be on that page. All right. And we also got a contest, right? So look, let's see, hotel reservations. Social media. Okay, so let's do this. Social media. Let's add a YouTube video in here. And I am going to go to hey everybody. Okay. I'm going to pull up one of their videos. Let's see, I think that over here. Should be there we go. Okay, so videos. Let's see, playlist. Okay, wait a minute. All right, so this must be on the other one. I'm gonna have to fix that up. There we go, right there. All right, so here's the link. Right here.
We are looking to reach 3,000 downloads of our brand new single, Fresh Fire. But we need your help. Because we appreciate and love you all, we are giving away $200 to...
Okay, so Let's put that in here. Here we go. JSUP contest. All right. So we've just done a image and we have also done a picture. We've done add section through this whole thing. So now let's take a look. Now at this point I actually have to fill out some information. And let's see how this works. So artist name, artist. I'm an artist. That's what I am. And I have 6 members in my group. Okay. I plan to be at the event. Seeing as how sound check is at 3, I plan to be there at 3 o'clock p.m., not a.m. Do I need a hotel reservation? Yes, because I'm going to be there on time and I'm going to be rushing my people, but at the same time, yes, I need a hotel reservation. Yes, I need a sound check. How many mics? I want 7 mics because I need 1 for each of my people, and I need 1 for myself. I'm going to have a performance track. And yes, I do have product to sell. Thank you very much. And I do need social media advertised. And I do not have somebody to advertise it for me. Next. All right. Now, we said we needed social media advertised. So, therefore, I need you to know that my Facebook name is JSUP Live. I need you to know that my Twitter name is also at JSUP Live. Yep. That's going to drive me crazy. And then I have my Instagram name, which is JSUP Live. And, oh, you have a contest going on? What's this? Let's see if this really works. Okay, come on. Looks like we got a little bit of a lag here. Probably because I'm using some of the resources too. So, we're going to get this 1 second, guys, and see if this video starts. If not, then I'm going to do an update to this video to see exactly why that's happening. I have to research it a little bit. I'm kind of doing this on the fly. All right, y'all. So I will have to check this out later. Of course, you can always pop this out and go right into YouTube itself to play it, though. Okay, but let's go ahead and continue on. So I asked for some other things too, so I need to go to another section. Ah, so artist info. Okay, so to submit your performance track, email it to, and then there's the email address. So you click on that, and then would open up your email client. So if you have Outlook on your computer or something like that, it will go for that. It's not going to open up your Gmail or something. But still, that's the email address. They can submit it through that way. And you see the event date and the location right here, and the flyer for the event. Looks pretty nice. All right. That's all for that section. Let's go next. And so for my hotel, I needed, let's see, I have 6 members plus myself. We'll do 2 tour rooms, so that's going to be 3. I'm going to say 4 rooms because, of course, I want my own. All right, and we're going to put 2 to a room. And since this is the last section that has to be filled out now, I can click submit. Click for another response, but of course they're not, whoever's doing this shouldn't have to be doing another response. So if you go back to the form here, there's a couple things I want to talk about real quick. Now, I really don't care for this background and stuff, all right? So you can actually change the background to, I like blue. It's my favorite color. So we got it blue. That's nice and kind of, soft. It's not the old way where you can really set up everything how you want it to. You have the option of going back to the old way of doing forms, which, if I am correct, I believe is, come on. Okay, we're not going to get on this right now. Hold up. I'm gonna come back to this later, but there is a way for you to change back to the old look. If you go over here to more, okay, this is making a liar out of me here. There is a way to go back to the old look, guys. Okay, trust me on that. All right. But here goes some add-ons that you can add to the form. Let's check this out. Form notifications. So if you want to notify, if you know anything about the old Google Forms, it really only notified the person that made the form. And it really didn't have too much options other than that. The form notification add-in now allows you to add like groups to it. So if you have a group of people that you need to be notified, they can have different email addresses that are not Gmail accounts, that are added into that group, and everybody will get the email whenever there's a response submitted to this form. So that's a really good one that you're really gonna need that one. We went through the color palette. You can change the color of the background here. But if you notice down here, this is for you to add on your own personalized backgrounds. Well, they have some templates too. This is for, let's see, I want to say party. I'll say, I guess we'll say night out. It's for an event. So, everybody's being social right there. That looks nice. Let me get something with some music in it. That'd be nice. Here we go. How about that? So now that'll change the top border part. So it still keeps your form as like an overlay, and that's just like a banner. You can have your own customized banner if you have one made, and you can upload that and use that. Okay. Um, so you got that right there, and this is your preview button, so you can always preview. Um, Here's some settings over here that we kind of went through. So you can make a copy of this form. You can basically delete it, get the pre-filled link, um, print it out. You might have a form where, at the event itself, you might have one paper copies just for people to fill out, it's the same thing. So if you want to add some people on here to help you, like, develop the form and make it better, you can add scripts to the form. If you know how to do scripting, you can add that in. The add-ons, which also is the same thing that we saw right here, that's add-ons too, same thing. Help center, if you got a question and you're trying to find out something, how to do something. If there's a problem that you discover, you can report it, and then take a tour of how Google Forms works. Okay, so that's that. Now send is how you share it. So automatically collect respondents, Diamond Faith Ministries username, that's my company. Well, I'm not checking that because there's going to be people that are not in my company that's going to fill this form out. Okay, so I can send this by email. So let's say you have a group list. You got everybody in a group that's like, supporters at diamondfaithministries.org or whatever your email is, right? So you made a group. You can just put it to them, put your subject in and your message, include the form in the email directly instead of giving them a link. Instead of giving them a link, it'll be right in the email. All right. If you want to share the link itself out, then you just click on that little link icon right there. All right. You can shorten the URL, but sometimes that doesn't work because sometimes those shortened URLs don't really redirect the traffic like they're supposed to. So kind of leave it off. It'd be better for you to, like make if you know what I'm talking about, just make a subdomain, out of your main domain, just add a subdomain onto it and redirect it, and mask everything, forward and mask to this URL right here. And that way you already know it's always going to the correct URL that it's supposed to go to. If you want to embed it on your website, you click these little, greater than, less than signs, and that'll give you the embed code, and you can adjust the window size. So in a way you can embed it right on your site. Everything is done within that window on your site, so you can still have everything else that you need on there. And this right here is to kind of add it if you want to add it to your Gmail. I'm sorry, your Google Plus account. Okay, I'm not gonna get into that. Facebook and Twitter. Okay, so you can add it on there too and have it post directly to your page or your wall. All right. So now that we've done that, we've pretty much done everything. The last thing I want to show you is after they submitted that information, I just submitted something, okay? You can look at the responses. And the responses, I'm saying waiting for responses. It should have already taken one of them. Okay. I don't know what that's about, but I just sent in a response, but anyway, you see it's accepting responses. If you want to go to the old way of doing it, because the new way kind of puts it in like a little chart kind of form, and I'm going to show you that. I'm going to do an entry and show you that. But if you want to go to the old way of seeing it in a spreadsheet like I normally like to do, then you can click on that little icon right there. And it's going to create a new spreadsheet, responses anyway, okay? So you can create that. And oh, there goes my info. Okay, there goes my info right there. And it's time stamped. Okay, so that's my name, artist, because I'm an artist. And I have 6 members in my group. And I'm going to be getting there at 3 p.m. and I do need a hotel reservation. And yes, I need a soundtrack and I need 7 mics. And I'm going to be using a performance track. Let's see. Do performance track. I have product to sell. And I do need social media advertisement. No, I don't have anybody to do that. These are my social media names. I need 4 rooms with 2 people to a room. Now remember, they didn't get to attach the track. That was just a section that told them how to do it, which is by email. Okay, so all the information is right here. All right, just like you need it. All right. I will say that from, let's change these settings here because we need anyone to be able to respond. And confirmation page, let's see, message for responders. So your response has been recorded. Okay. Do we want them to submit another response? No. Okay. Do we want them to be able to edit their response? Maybe they messed up on something. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. Do we want them to see a summary of responses? You know, no, because they don't need to know what everybody else is saying on their form. Presentation options, you know, show progress bar, shuffle the order, question order. So maybe you have a test or something like that. And you don't want everybody to have the exact same order of questions on the test. You can shuffle the questions like that. So, you know, you can kind of really adjust it how you want it to be. But that's all I need. Excuse me, I'm sorry. All right. So let's go back to the questions here. And we want to try this out. And let's get the link. Copy this link and I'm going to open up Internet Explorer.